Hi, hello and welcome to Sandy's Cricket Updates. In this video, we are going to be looking at Women's T20 Challenge, women's version of IPL of Indian cricket. Solid initiative by BCCI to promote women's cricket. It's going to be one of the huge tournament. It's on the making. In, as of now, there are going to be three teams representing, but in the future, the teams might increase. The players and young talents might still groom and come up and make a big impact in the bigger stage of them all. Three teams are going to be part of this particular edition of the Women's T20 Challenger are going to be Trailblazers led by Smriti Mandhana, Supernovas led by the Indian skipper Harmanpreet Kaur, and Velocity led by Mithali Raj. All teams are going to be battling for the title at Sharjah. It's all going to be a round robin tournament where a team going to face each other once. A team with most victories will advance to the final and they will compete for the trophy at Sharjah at 9th of November. New normals. Every team has ended their quarantine and entered into the training phase at Dubai. Few teams have been really doing a magnificent job in the practice sessions. Every team's practice session videos are being posted in Instagram. If you follow up close, Smriti Mandhana really mentioned that she is really happy with the way she times the ball, because it's been like an 6 months or 7 months gap for Indian cricket. They haven't been on the field so far, and because of the pandemic situation, to be back in a particular now to get back and train hard for one of the most awaited tournament. Also, the entire tournament is going to be played in Sharjah. Sharjah has generally been a good batting surface. Initially in men's IPL, it team came in and performed well. They scored more than 220, 210, 216, and above that were posted convincingly. Every team that came into Sharjah posted 200 with ease. But as the tournament progressed, that the surface has become a bit slower. The shine of the wicket has gone. The spinners are coming into play. They are able to grip the ball and get those turn. The average turn that they can obtain from the wicket has been increased by considerable margin. The bowlers who are able to get those cutters and take the pace off the ball, bowling at the back of the length deliveries are getting a major impact. Andrew Russell clearly demonstrated that taking pace of the ball is going to be a key against Delhi Capitals. From there, the bowlers who just came in have done that really well in the death overs, especially. Also, Yuzvendra Chahal, he got the ball to grip well and he picked up the wicket of Mayank Agarwal in a game that really demonstrated the turn that the surface offers. Guys who have really survived are those one who can bowl at the pace of 150, or those one who can take the pace of and completely deceive the batsman. That's what you really have to do. Pace on the ball, it's going to be really easy for the batsman to work on and score their runs freely. Dimensions of being very shorter dimensions that will come into play. But you have to, as a bowler, you have to really think of your feet strength. You have to bowl to your strength. If you can, rather than thinking too much about the batsman can hit you anyway. Always a sixth bowling option is going to be really crucial, and playing and fitting an all-rounder is going to be a huge impact, because when your regular five goes for runs, the sixth bowling option will come in handy. So that will be playing on the mind of the women's cricketers over there who are roaring to get in action back. Into what Trailblazers are made of. Trailblazers led by Smriti Mandhana. She is a player who is going to be a key factor. She scored 90 runs in the past season. She has scored in more than 1,100 international runs in T20. She has scored 100 for Western Storms and playing in England in Kia Super League. Also, she has been represented the Big Bash League, followed by Deepti Sharma, vice captain. She is one kind of an all-rounder who is going to give you the great balance to the team. She's an off spinner who can really grip the ball. She can give you the useful runs with the bat. And Poonam Rod, an asset to the team. She has a quite experience. At an average of 27, she is a kind of a player you want to play in your team. She's going to play an anchor role. Strike rate is a bit of a concern for her, but she needs to stay and hold them in and let other batsmen to swing their bat. Richa Josh, She played in Women's T20 World Cup. She was picked at the age of 16. She has a point to prove in this particular lineup. Dayalan Hemlata from in Tamil Nadu, she hasn't made a bigger impact in the international standards, but she still has a capability, an off spinner and handy batsman. I always admire to see player from Tamil Nadu performing well in the bigger stages. And Nusrat Parveen, she has represented for India. She being named as a wicket keeper. She has a huge role to play. Rajeshwari Gaikwad, a left-arm orthodox. She has plenty of experience. She is going to be alongside with Deepti Sharma. She might bring a huge impact to the team in terms of the spin department. Harleen Doyle, she really played a decent knocks in the previous edition of Women's T20 Challenge. She has played again in Tri-Series against England and Australia. She's a handy batsman who can come into play. Julan Goswami, a veteran. She's retired from T20 from 2018, but the experience that she is going to bring into this bowling lineup is going to make a huge impact. She's a leading wicket taker in one-day format. She's one of the most anticipated person and the most solid bowler to have in your team to give the balance. She can also hit a few later part of the innings when she comes into bat. Shimran Dil Bahadur, an all-rounder from Delhi. She is a medium pacer. To get the all-round balance, you can look forward her as an option. And Kashvi Gautam, an exciting talent and from under age of just 16, playing in under 19 one-day trophy. She has picked up 10 wickets in a game against Arunachal Pradesh. Also, she picked up a hat-trick, scored 49 runs. What else she can't do at her age? It's going to be a huge exposure for her, joining in the likes of Churan Goswami, and she is Kashvi Gautam is a natural in swinger. She almost picked up 63 wickets, around which majority was of bowled or LBW, because of the natural in swinging that she gets nipped back into the batswoman. That's going to be a huge. He's going to be a huge asset in the team. Kashvi Gautam, the way she's going to earn an experience with this particular lineup is going to be the thing I'm going to be watching out for. The player to watch out for as an youngster in the tournament is going to be Kashvi Gautam. How they are going to fit in her and guide her in the biggest stage. And overseas options are going to be Shalma Khatun. What a player she has been. 232 wickets in one-day international and 14 tons to her name. One of the most experienced player in the form of cricket. And also in T20, she has scored plenty of runs. Also have a huge number of wickets to the team. And another all-rounder who's going to give you the huge balance. Sophie Eccleston, and huge reputation for England. She has been a magnificent bowler in terms of bowling that left arm orthodox. She has a role to play in this team. Anatta Kanchantam, a player from Thailand who is representing for the first time in an overseas league. She was a pure responsibility for taking her team this far. She made a huge impact in the T20 qualifiers. He was named as a captain of Thailand team. She came into Australia leading the side in the more bigger stage World Cup in Australia. Scored 103 runs and made her first 50. Became the first women from Thailand to score a 50 in the internationals. She is one of the huge impactful player. I'm looking forward to how she's going to adapt to the UAE conditions in Sharjah. She has a bigger job to do. And Dendra Doughton, Caribbean, who has been a magnificent throughout her career. 200 and she has scored more than 2,500 runs. A solid batsman and a handy all-rounder. These are those guys like Kashvi Gautam, Dendra Doughton, Salma Khatun, are those ones how I've been making clear that the all-rounders, the fifth and sixth bowling options that they are Shalma Khatun, Kashmi Gautam, and Dandra Doughton, all those guys who I was talking about this having the number of bowling options that's going to give you a greater edge in Sharjah whenever needed, they can give you those overs and really They can be the partnership breakers. It's going to be a crucial role. How the Trailblazers is almost filled with plenty of all-round options. So I prefer Trailblazers probably this year to be the match winners. Let's dive into a team of velocity led by Mitali Raj. Do I need to utter any other word about Mitali Raj, her experience and expertise, the experience that she is going to come and dish into the table is going to play a huge role. Mitali Raj has more than 2,000 runs. She has been playing T20 for 13 years, retired in the last year with mixed up reviews. Having her in a team is going to be a huge push for the team. And Veda Krishnamurthy, another solid, experienced batsman who can just change the course of the game in 2 overs, solid striker of the cricket ball. Shafali Verma, an youngster at age of 16, have really dominated the world cricket. Her strike rate of 145 in few games that she has played. She is an impactful player. It's really hard to stop her when she gets going. Shafali Verma, wicketkeeper option from Himachal Pradesh. She has plenty of experience. Her keeping skills is going to be very, very vital. Ekta Bishit, left arm orthodox. She has picked a 5 wicket haul twice. She can really bowl and keep things really tight, and also has the wicket taking knack that's really going to come into play. Shika Pandey, another veteran bowler from India. The way that she swings the deliveries is always going to keep the batswomen in their back foot from scoring runs. She is a kind of a bowler who's going to really squeeze and get through the power play and try to minimize the damage in the power play so that their team can come and express themselves either chasing or defending. She is the one who is going to really take the pressure off the batsman by reducing the team opposition by picking early wickets. Devika Vaidya also represented India for against West Indies. She is a leg spinner. She is solid at middle order from Maharashtra. She has an impact. If she gets into the 11, it's going to be really crucial factor for them. And Shubhashri Darshini. Word from Daniel White is that she's an excellent fielder who can save you 10 runs or 12, 15 runs in the field. She has represented India A. The pace that she bowls is going to be really difficult for the batsman to muscle her away. That's what I was been talking about when I was talking about Sharjah wicket taking pace of the ball. So she might be have an impact in this particular series. And Manali Dakshina and medium pacer who can come in and dominate as well. Lake Kasparik, Daniel White, Sunil Lees, and Janara Alam are those overseas pick alongside with M. Anaga, an youngster who has plenty of things to learn. Let's look into Daniel White. Daniel White has scored a couple of hundreds in T20. She is a destructive batsman. If she joins forces with Shafali Verma, it's going to be one of the most destructive opening pair of this particular edition of the T20 Women's Challenger. Suneli is a leg spinner, played a huge role for South Africa. Also with the bat, she can just play at any role. A floater who can bat up the order if needed. She can anchor. She can also do a magnificent job with the ball. She has been picking up wickets very, very nicely for South Africa. A huge role is going to be on her. Janhara Alam. Janhara Alam with Shika Pandey, if they come into play and pick few wickets in power play, they are going to squeeze. They are going to restrict the batswomen from scoring 130 to 40. That's kind of a bowler they are. Chanara Alam, if the surface has a bit of a grass covering, she can come in and completely swing the ball and completely destroy the composition of a team. Let's dive into the defending champions, supernovas, two-time champions. Let's see what the team composition is all about. Harmanpreet Kaur led team has really done a magnificent job so far. Her 50 in the final in Savai Mansingh Stadium at Jaipur really helped them to pick up a victory and make a huge impact by reclaiming their title for the second consecutive time. She has scored more than 2,000 plus runs. She has hundreds in a T20 World Cup against New Zealand. She really had a great tournament. She has had a great career. it's going to be time for her again to shine in Sharjah. And Jemima Rodriguez, vice captain, one of the most solid youngster who has the sound skill and technique to play the 20 overs and stay till the end and take the game away from the opposition. She has scored more than 930 runs in just 27 odd games. She's going to be playing a huge role for this particular team. And Priya Punya, she has 250s to her name in one day international. Hasn't made much of a performance in international cricket in T20 format. She has her role to play in this team. And Anuja Patil, an excellent all-rounder and off-spinner, can score decent runs with the bat. She can also put a huge pressure with her style of spin, the off-spinner. And Radha Yadav, one of the most solid, consistent in the recent times for India. For left-arm orthodox, she has just a scalp away from 15 international wickets in just 35 games. Also, she played a huge role in the final as well, scoring 10 runs in the at crucial time. And Tanya Bhatia, the wicketkeeper, another huge asset to the team. She has been a captain of the under-19 North Zone. She can also play at any role. She can come up the order as well. And Poonam Yadav, best leg spinner you can ever have in your team. The way she flights and the pace, the natural pace around the 60 km per hour, that really going to play a huge impact. Even in a surface that doesn't turns, the flight and pace of you will make an impact. And that's how dangerous she can be. Batsmen really have to muscle her and take their own risk to clear her. Arundhati Reddy, another quick bowler who represented the T20 World Cup for India. Almost like she was the one and only pure bowler, fast bowler in the team as well on that particular edition of the World Cup in England. And Pooja Vastrakar, another solid all-rounder who can bowl, who can bat. She might bring the bit of an huge X factor with the bat if needed. And Ayushi Shoni, leading India B, an all-rounder. She has a part. This camp is going to give her a more exposure, along with Mushka Malik. And overseas players are going to be Chamari Atapattu, the consistent skipper of Sri Lankan cricket team. She has a T20 100 to her name. It's going to be a crucial task to for her if needed. She can also give you the few overs. Shashikala Srivardhane, one of the best all-rounders of Sri Lanka. She has been delivering consistently for them with the bat, with the ball. Whenever needed, she just comes in and takes them the pressure. And she is a kind of a player who observes the pressure and perform well. And Shakira Salamin, Windies cricketer or medium pacer who is going to be leading from the front in the power play, along with Ayabonga Kaka, another South African pacer who really has a good pace. The line and length she bowls is going to be very, very crucial. On the whole, on papers, this time Trailblazers might look a bit stronger than the other teams. This year, it can be an impactful season for the Trailblazers, with Smriti Mandhana, with Sophie Eccleston, with Salma Khatun, with Dan Doughton,